welcome back to the Movie Club Emporium. And it's another review, and it's another time where it's way too late to dig all that equipment out. So we're just going to do it like this on the couch. And this week we are talking about the new horror film that is really kind of taking the internet by storm. This is the newest film from a predominantly comedic YouTuber slash just like internet guy. This is Curry Barker's new film, Obsession. This isn't his first foray into horror, though. I mostly know him from his comedic shorts, but he also made Milk and Cereal, which is a 1 hour film that's on YouTube. That's a really fun slasher. And this is his first big movie. It's a Blumhouse feature, and I gotta tell you, we are finally kind of hitting a stride if you're into horror films. Because so far this has been a fantastic month. Hokum last week was great. I really dug this movie. It is a very simple premise. Guy makes wish for a girl to love him more than anything in the world, and then you just let the monkey paw do what the monkey paw is going to do. Honestly, when I first heard about it, I mean, that's the monkey paw, of course, but I just thought of there's a great episode of Tales from the Crypt. I think it's the second or third season, with Andrew McCarthy and Mariel Hemingway, and he's a failed screenwriter. I remember because he won't stop talking about how great Frank Capra's The Wonderful Life is. Hot take. I don't like that movie. But the point is, and so she's his neighbor that he can't speak to. Makes a wish that she falls in love with them, and then of course, again, it goes horribly wrong, leading to a classic twist ending that only Tales from the Crypt could provide. This movie does not do that. This movie. So first off, I want to specifically shout out Michael Johnston and Indy Navarrete, who are our doomed couple. Fast and loose with the word couple. Especially Indy, because she gives a breathtaking performance. They do something very interesting in this movie that they don't do a lot. I don't think with this kind of story. Whereas we see the person who you make the wish. Oh, I wish they would love me more than anything, and they become love struck. But there are so many moments of her being that character, being under that spell, but also her real self, trying to break through, all out, get out, that are absolutely harrowing. And what's good about this movie? There are a lot of good things about this movie. One of the key things that makes this movie work is the characters. You have 4 characters. You have the 2 here, and then you have the 2 friends. One of them is the guy from many of those sketch comedy videos that the director does. Another female character, and they could easily be very obnoxious. And even though some of them are less likable than others, they are all fleshed out enough to where you do care about the outcome for all 4. There are parts of this movie where you're man, I hope all 4 kind of get out of this. Until a certain point happens where you're nope, there's no going back. I'm gonna keep this spoiler free, I promise. Yeah, he's in love with his coworker. Uh, he does. It doesn't come off. Another thing too. It doesn't play on like the idea of like, like incel or anything like that. He loves this girl. Can't, and they're friends. They're not strangers. He just can't build up the courage to let her know how he feels. Instead, he makes this wish. It was like the willow, something like a tree branch in a box. Where you make a wish and break it, and your wish comes true. And it turns out they're actually magical. And then it's just a slow, methodical descent. And what I really dug about it was there is humor sprinkled throughout it. Both in, like legit funny scenes, and then scenes that were kind of actually people there laughing, I think unintentionally because of how like awkwardly and cringy some things are, but to be made that way on purpose. And it's just all in the way they play it, and the even the scenes early on that in a lesser movie or in a different time, you have the montage of like, oh man, I love this girl, and like she loves me now, and we're together. Even like the montage of the fantasy, the male fantasy relationship that they're having, even it is underscored with such creepiness. And a lot of that comes from the music in the movie, because the whole way through this is it has like this very like low drone synth score, very Lynchian, like almost like Twin Peaks. Like it's this beautiful score throughout, that it's very melancholic, but also like very makes everything feel uneasy. Like you're just waiting for it to break. Which is kind of the way the movie plays out. Is you're just kind of waiting for this to just keep ramping into like the worst possible scenario. And what I also like about it is that it takes its time with that. It's an hour and 48 minutes. And you do get some moments where toward the middle I kept thinking, okay, like we've established where we are now. Let's start to ramp this up. And then you get to where it does ramp it up. And my God, there's a brutal scene. And you're like, okay, so we're back in it, man. And then I feel like once you hit that scene, it takes off like down this like rocky slope that just there's no brakes, and we're heading for a bad end. But and then the ending, I won't spoil the ending. I will say that it got to a moment where because Amber kind of watched it with me. She didn't plan on it, but she got sucked in. And there's a moment where we're building to this thing, and I'm like, okay, I think this is what we're gonna do for the ending. And I'm like, this is, because the ending of like I said, like I was thinking of the ending of the Tales from the Crypt episode, and that's very goofy. And so I was like, are we gonna get goofy? What are we gonna do? It comes to this head, and then there's this ending, this moment where I feel like it's the ending. I'm like, oh man, what a dark ending. Like, what a dark and twisted ending. And then it twists that ending into something even darker. And I feel like it honestly becomes what may be the darkest ending. If you look at it in like real world terms, it is the darkest ending imaginable for this scenario, for these people. And so do not expect a happy go lucky, boy, what a wild and crazy summer type movie. It goes for it, and I feel like when it goes for the gusto at the end, it gives you that ending that's just like, oh my god, oh, that's so bleak, but also like the perfect ending for this movie. Honestly, I was not expecting to really, really like this movie as much as I did. I was like, okay, it's a Blumhouse movie I know they're having great track record with these comedy YouTube guys, right? Turns out they're really good at filmmaking, and then it's like announced that he's going to be doing A24's Texas Chainsaw, and I'm like, okay, all right. Well, let's go see what he's got. Not a lot of like anticipation for this movie. I saw that it was getting pretty good reviews, but that was all I had. And after seeing it, this is one of the best horror movies, if not, it's one of the best horror movies this year. And it might be like a 1A, 1B type situation. So I highly recommend checking out Obsession. I cannot tell you how impressed I was and how much I did thoroughly enjoy this movie. And can't wait to talk about it at length. I know we'll be talking. I don't know if Nick plans on seeing it or not. I know we both did Hokum, so maybe he'll watch this one as well. I would love to talk to him about it. But yeah, Obsession. Go check it out. It was absolutely great horror movie, and I'm super excited to see what this guy does next. So, yet again, the whole comedy internet dude make good horror. That streak is still running wild. So batting almost 1,000. So definitely check out Obsession. Now, that's gonna do it for this week's review. Because I'm shaking. Next week the plan is to see Passenger. Not that weird Chris Pratt, I ruined your life on a spaceship movie and now we're in love. But no, the new horror movie Passenger, which I am anticipating because it looks absolutely terrifying in premise and in execution. So I'm super excited for that. And then May 30th, make sure you are here. Because Nick and I are going to be live talking about the Mortal Kombat franchise, which is why we're talking about this movie and not Mortal Kombat 2. Nick and I will be giving our thoughts on not only Mortal Kombat 2, but all the other live-action Mortal Kombat movies and the short-lived Mortal Kombat web series Legacy, because it has Michael Jai White in it and Casper Van Dien. Why wouldn't we talk about that? But that's going to be at the end of the month. So you're not going to miss our thoughts on not just the new Mortal Kombat movie, but every live-action Mortal Kombat movie. It's going to be a blast. So you do not want to miss that. And again, be here next week for all of our new reviews. Make sure you are helping us like and subscribe to the channel. Share us around. Tell your friends. We are up to a C score at 70, where our goal is to hit triple digits by the end of the year. Maybe if we can get to triple digits, we'll do a special live stream. Who knows what we'll do, but really appreciate all of you who have joined us. Those of you who have been checking out the videos. Just help us do all the things that YouTube asks of you to help us get to that milestone. And until next week, hopefully from the passenger seat behind me. We'll be talking to you next time. Bye.